Okay, so we're going to try something a little bit different here. I'm going to do this as a video to answer this question. So I'm going to create a new HTTP connection over here. I'm going to call it my example connection. So this is going to map the SoapUI project you can see on the other side of the screen here. I'm going to create a new physical resource here just by using the right-click context menu, at which point I can open up that physical resource and you'll see I get localhost 7819. I can connect to that quite happily, which is good. From that point, you could go ahead and create a service component and an operation. If you're just trying to be quick about things, you don't have to. You can come into the test factory, create a folder here, call it test, and within that folder you can create a test case. So TC1. TC1 is going to have a send request. That's going to use my example transport that I created, and then I'm just going to steal this from over here. So if I go and grab that, paste it into here. Nope, we don't have a WSDL, we're just doing this raw. I'm going to grab the URI, stick that into there, and then for this example what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this as blank, so what we'll see is a message differencing window pop up when we run it. Okay, so we see it fails, and if I click on this, we'll see I've got my message here, and I can expand out the body components here, and we'll see 1 plus 1 does indeed equal 2. I can overwrite the expected message, close it, rerun it, and now I have a test case. Now, a little follow-on to that though, if I go back to architecture school here, I've got my transport set up. One of the things I could do, you say you can't record, but if you go into SoapUI and go to Preferences, Proxy Settings, you can still record, right? You can record from SoapUI. So if I come in here and do that, the port is 3128 for our proxy. Okay. If I run this now, we should see that's still, let me just clear it down, that's still getting the result of 2. However, if I come across here and start recording this transport and run it, we'll see we're getting the transport, the request message with the 1 plus 1 and the associated 2 back, which means I can grab those and I can do all the same things that I can usually do. So I can grab this, I can save it as a test case, just jump through here, set this as an part of an operation, actually just create it under a new resource. Let's go ahead and create a service component for this. Example service component, there we go, let's drop it under there and call this recorded example. Okay, so that's how you can go from a SoapUI test case that you don't have a WSDL for, just building everything effectively manually, to then having a recorded component that again I can re-execute as many times as I want. Test case 1, of course, still also works just fine. So that's the trick, so to speak, when working with something like SoapUI. If you're wanting to take data from SoapUI, but you want to be able to record it or do something like that. If you just set the SoapUI proxy to point at the RIT proxy, then you can grab all that data into Recording Studio, or do it by hand. Again, all you have to create is the transport definition. Alternatively, you can go ahead and create the service component and the operation. If you do want to do that, you can find service component in the drop down, and operation. Obviously, if you had an operation service component selected, you'd be able to add in an operation. One last quick hint: if you press Control N at any point, you can bring up QuickBox here. So if I want to add in a service component, it's very quick and easy for me to do that, and then I can just with that selected do Control N operation, and boom, I'm off to the races. Okay, so very, very straightforward, and hopefully quick and easy for people to do. All right, let's. If people like this format for answering questions, then where appropriate, I will try and do some more of these. Okay, thanks. Bye.